Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the SFX Loop. I am your host, Jay Byrne. Well, I got a reasonable response from the actual Scream Factory collection video that I made. So I figured I'd make another one. I said in that video that if the video did okay, I might do some more. So I'm doing this in pieces and in parts, basically. So this episode is going to be my Arrow video collection, which is a little smaller than the Scream Factory collection, so the video won't be as long. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna get a shot of the collection. I'm gonna go through everything and show you what I got in my Arrow video collection. So here we go. Here is my Arrow video collection, what I got here. Arrow video is all just this one row. It's two rows, one in front, one in back. So let's get moving with this, and so I can show you what I got here. Right here, we have got, get this in frame here, American Werewolf in London, the collector's edition. This is the 4K version that came out of it. This is an awesome set. It comes with a poster and the movie. These 4K Arrows most of the time don't come with the actual Blu-rays included. You have to get Blu-ray if you want Blu-ray, and get 4K if you want 4K. That's kind of the way they did it. Okay, and then we've got, this just came out not that long ago. This is awesome. Conan the Barbarian. This is an excellent release of this. There's technically something wrong. I don't know if it's wrong, but there's a weird color timing glitch in the movie. But I don't know that it's wrong or anything. But yeah, it is what it is. The inner sleeves, the cases on all these have the original artwork and some alternate artwork. They're flippable on the inside. And you've got the outer case. Here we got Creepshow 2, which is an awesome release right here. I love Creepshow 2. They did some weird framing on this one, but this one comes with a comic for, I guess, an unused story that they were going to do in the movie. They just turned it into a comic book. All right. Donnie Darko, which I actually got the replacement discs for because there was some issues with this particular set. But this is the 4K version, as you can see right there. Now, I opted for the smaller version of this because there was a box set, Enter the Video, and what is this, Arrow Video. It was called like Enter the Video Store or something box set. I opted for the smaller version, basically, just because I don't know. It was kind of hard to get, and I wasn't a big fan of every movie in this set, but there was one movie in particular I wanted, which was Dolls. This is awesome. This has 5 movies in it, and I gotta say, out of all of them I watched, I like The Dungeon Master. Dolls is awesome, as I love Dolls. Cellar Dweller was a good movie. Arena was terrible, and I didn't even make it through the whole movie. And Robot Jox was actually pretty cool. So these are actually all Empire Pictures stuff. I used to have the big box for this, then I sold it just to get money. And so I bought back the smaller version of the Herschel Gordon Lewis feast, which is fine by me because I love Herschel Gordon Lewis movies, but this is a lot of Herschel Gordon Lewis and it gets a little bit crazy after a while. But yeah, it's a really good set. If you can get it at a discount, I paid like $50 for it. It goes for like $100. Hills Have Eyes, 4K, Wes Craven, great movie, classic. Let's see. This is not 4K, this is a regular standard Blu-ray, but The Hills Have Eyes 2, Part 2, which is an okay movie. It's not bad. It's actually cool that they put this out. These have a poster. This has a poster with it, I think, too. Yeah, and so did The Hills Have Eyes, for that matter. This is the American release of the House box set that came out, which has House 1 and 2, which are fun movies. I really like House, the first one, and I used to love the second one when I was a kid. And it comes with a big book, actually. And I think the book has everything in it. Let me see. Does it go through all the movies in the book? Or did they actually just nail it down? No, it does. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the full book. There was an overseas set of this that had like all 4 House films, but the American release only has 1 and 2, which honestly are the best. House 3 is actually the Horror Show by Sean S. Cunningham. That's House 3, and House 4 is, I don't know, I've never ever seen it, but it's got William Katt in it again. I know that. Last House on the Left. This is an awesome release of Last House on the Left. I'm a huge fan of this movie. As anybody who watches this channel knows, I made a whole video about it. But this is the best release that you can get for Last House. It comes with a poster and like tons of bonus features. That's Blu-ray. This is awesome. This was an import, and I got this the 4K release of Psycho. I did a video actually already on SFX Loop about the Psycho films, and I used this as my reference. This is all 4 Psycho films in 4K. And yes, there is a little bit of a glitch in Psycho 2 with the title, but otherwise everything looks and sounds great. And it's a really cool special edition. Reanimator, this is Blu-ray. I love Reanimator. It's one of my favorite horror movies. This is a really good Blu-ray release of this movie. Up to this point, this is an early one, and it hasn't been a new one since yet. So, RoboCop. This is the 4K release of RoboCop, and this comes with a poster and some reversible artwork and tons of bonus features. This is a really good release. It's got both cuts of the film, the unrated and the theatrical. This is a very early Arrow release, Society, the Brian Usna movie Society, and this is an awesome movie. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's a crazy little Brian Usna movie. This ended up getting the UK version. Can you tell the difference? Is there anything on here that indicates that it's UK? Not really. I think on the card that was on the outside of it, it had like the ratings logos that you get for UK films and stuff like that. This is Tremors. I love Tremors. They just did Tremors 2 as well. This is the 4K release. I had a hard time getting the American release of this because it's sold out, so I ended up having to get the UK one, which was region free anyway, so it didn't matter either way. I think I ordered it directly from Arrow. Actually, no. Yeah, I think I did order it directly from Arrow. I can't remember, but the Warriors. This isn't the limited edition cover, but it does have the original poster on the inside. This is the Warriors in 4K, which is freaking awesome. This has the theatrical cut and the director's cut that was done there. So this is an awesome release. Witness, another great movie, 4K from Arrow. I didn't notice, I didn't really explain, but I have all my box sets in the front, and then we get to the single releases. So, Harrison Ford, Witness, I love this movie. This is a great movie, a Peter Weir film. Peter Weir, the guy who did The Truman Show. There is some issues with the Dolby Vision on this release, though, and you have to, I just shut it off and use the HDR10 because the Dolby Vision, it flutters. It doesn't run properly, but, right now we're into the single releases here. Alice, Sweet Alice is one of my all-time favorite movies. This is such a cool freaking movie, and I'm so excited that Arrow actually put out a good version of this, because this has always been like public domain, like bad quality. But this is a really good transfer for Alice, Sweet Alice. Actually, it has the original cover art inside, which I love. Alright, Audrey Rose, another classic movie. I mean, I got this poster on my wall. This is such a great... It's just a fun, cool movie from... I'm trying not to get like the light right on it. From the 70s with Anthony Perkins. It's all about reincarnation. It's a really kind of a cool movie, actually. Creepy, too. The Baby is awesome. This movie's just fun and crazy, and I like it. And it's just a weird little, like, kind of John Waters-y 70s movie. Just crazy. Basket Case. These are Blu-rays, by the way. Basket Case right here. This is not the 4K release. There is a 4K coming out. I just have this standard Blu-ray version for right now. But this is a full-on special edition of Basket Case, which is awesome. We've got The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Dario Argento, 4K. Pretty good. I mean, it's a great movie. I love Dario Argento movies. That's actually his first film. Bloody Birthday. I love Bloody Birthday. I've always been a fan of this movie. It's cool that Arrow put this out in Blu-ray. This is an early Arrow release as well. Blood Rage, which... Does I have the other cover underneath? Blood Rage. It's kind of like one of those like video nasty movies from the 80s. Just it's a Thanksgiving horror film, which there isn't too many. You've got Thanksgiving by Eli Roth now, which was a good movie actually. I liked it. Brain Damage, Frank Henenlotter, pretty cool. Another like Basket Case, another weirdo Henenlotter film. There's the original cover that you've probably seen a million times. And this movie has grown on me over the years. I didn't like this when I was younger, but I actually really kind of enjoy it now. Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. It's just a fun, crazy little movie. And yeah, fun, crazy little movie about monsters under the city. And it's well made. So I did notice some of these shelves I have other stuff on the shelves as well, like other collections, in order to fit all this crap. I do have my Vestron video collection at the end here, and you know what, I'll throw that in as a bonus on this one, since we're doing this whole shelf anyway. It'll be Arrow video and my Vestron video collection, so that's that. Alright, so let's get to this. Children of the Corn 4K. I much prefer the original poster art for this one, but Children of the Corn 4K. We got there The Crazies, George Romero. This is a Blu-ray. This is an older one, but this is a great movie. I love this movie. It kind of reminds you, it's like one of his dead movies, just like, you know, of disease instead. Cruising by William Friedkin. This is a crazy cool movie with Al Pacino. And does it have the original poster art? No, not really. It's just a good release of this. It's the best release you're going to find of this movie, and it's a pretty controversial, cool movie from the early 80s, right? Yeah. Doom Asylum. This is one of those movies I used to rent on video when I was a kid, and I just always liked it, and Arrow put it out on Blu-ray, and which is pretty cool, actually. They even did it. This, Dead Beat at Dawn, is one of my favorite low-budget independent filmmakers, Jim Van Bebber, who, I mean, this guy is crazy, but like he's such a good filmmaker, and he put his all. He made a movie called The Manson Family as well, which is an awesome movie. There's no inside poster art really other than this. This has got some his short films on it and stuff as well. My Sweet Satan, which is about Ricky Casso, which is how I originally found out about Jim Van Bebber. It was a short film in Film Threat magazine. But let's see. Deep Red 4K Dario Argento. Here we go. This is pretty cool, and get that out of the light there so you can actually see it. Yeah, Deep Red. More of my Dario Argento collection. Here we go. We got some more Tobe Hooper here. Eaten Alive. This is the movie he made after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Marilyn Burns is in this one as well. This is just a fun, crazy little Tobe Hooper. It kind of has that Texas Chainsaw vibe. But it's a bit campy, too. Robert Englund has a small role in it, which is kind of neat. The Driller Killer. This is an early, I think, Arrow release. An earlier Arrow release, I should say. This is a cool movie. What's the guy who made this? Abel Ferrar. That's right. Who made that. That's a really cool one. I love this. This is a fun movie. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. The original poster art right there for it. The classic old video box art. It's just a fun movie from the 80s. She made a second movie, which I never saw, but I heard it's not as good as this one. Fighting Back. This is a really cool Paramount, kind of like vigilante style film. It's got a cool classic poster right here with Tom Skerritt. All about crime taking over the streets of this neighborhood, and him kind of like fighting back, you know. But it's a really good movie. I thought the movie was great. This is the standard edition of Flash Gordon, just a 4K. That actually got at Best Buy back when Best Buy still sold physical media, but they don't anymore. Don't get me going on that. Flash Gordon 4K. This is a really cool spec. It doesn't have all the bonus features, but it's a really good 4K transfer of that movie. Flowers in the Attic. This is a cool 80s movie with Christy Swanson in it, and I've always enjoyed it. It's just crazy and depraved, but let's see. Girls Night Out. Cool slasher from the 80s. It's got Hal Holbrook in it as like a security guard. It's cool that they put this one out. That's an interesting back. It's kind of like, looks like the video box. Hell High. This is another cool one about a bunch of kids who decide to go and attack their teacher, and it turns into some crazy. It's kind of by Spit on Your Gravy in a weird way. Does it have the original artwork? Yeah. There we go. It's the old like video bark. This is one of those movies that used to be on like Cinemax and stuff like that when I was growing up. HBO and Cinemax. The Initiation. This is along the lines of House on Sorority Row, that type of 80s slasher thriller horror movie. The Initiation of Sarah, made for TV movie. This one's really cool. I like this movie. This has got this is sort of a Carrie ripoff, but not really. It has to do with like witches and I don't know, sororities, and it's just a cool movie. This is my Arrow release of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's coming out in 4K, which I will also be getting. I'm not sure if I'm going to get rid of this or not, but depends on how good the 4K is. But there's some stuff on this Arrow special edition that they didn't really pour over, so I might actually just have to keep it because Killer Clowns from Outer Space is awesome. It's a classic. It's the first horror movie that my kid ever watched, and she just likes it. So. The Last Starfighter, this is 4K, and this is a classic 80s, kind of under the radar, popular 80s movie. It wasn't as popular as some of the other movies that came out in the 80s, but it was a lot of fun. Mallrats, because I'm a big freaking Kevin Smith fan. Mallrats, and this is just the 4K version that came out. It has the extended cut and the regular theatrical cut. And I really like Mallrats. I've always liked Mallrats. Microwave Massacre. This is an early one. I like this movie. This has who is in this movie? Jackie Vernon, who was a comedian from the 80s. It's a comedy, really, and it's just this weird comedy about this guy who has a microwave, ends up killing his wife, and just decides he starts killing and eating people and making them in his microwave, and people all like his food, so he keeps giving it to them. I don't know. It's a weird movie. This is one of the really early Arrow releases, The Mutilator, one of the first ones they put out for the U.S. before Arrow was, when they were just a UK label. But, yeah, so this movie's awesome. Bud Cooper. Actually, it's called Fall Break in the actual film, but The Mutilator is a classic 80s VHS type thing. This, Over the Edge, is one of my favorite movies, and this movie came out by Shout Factory just recently in a special edition, which is supposedly a little bit better than this. I might pick it up. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Who am I talking about? I probably will pick it up. But I have this version for now, which was an import. That was Arrow UK. Pray for Death. This is, what's this guy's name? Shokazugi, I think was his name. Where is it? Is it on here? Sho Kosugi from Enter the Ninja, Ninja 3. He made a bunch of like these vigilante revenge style karate kind of fun movies. This is Rage of Honor. This is another one of his starring Sho Kosugi. Both of these movies were actually really good. I like to Pray for Death a little better than Rage of Honor, but they're both good. Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Why not? It's a fun movie. I wish they would do Return to Horror High. That's a movie that I actually really like, but nobody's actually put that out. I got an old Anchor Bay DVD of that. Season of the Witch, George Romero. That's a good one. Not one of his best, but it's a good movie. Shock, Mario Bava. I don't remember when this came out, but I've always liked this movie. This is like a late movie for Mario Bava. As a matter of fact, Lamberto Bava, I think it's his son, directed a lot of it. He like helped him make it because it was one of his like last films. 16 Candles, because why not? 16 Candles. I love me some John Hughes. Classic. I'm glad that they did this. Kind of wish. I hope we get a 4K of that. Slugs. This is the guy who made the movie Pieces. Also made this movie Slugs, which is actually kind of a pretty cool movie. Pieces is crazy, but that movie's crazy too. This is an early Arrow video release, Spider Baby, with what's his name? Well, Jack Hill made it because he made Coffee and Switchblade Sisters and stuff like that. And this has got I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Sid Haig. is in this movie, and this is a really early role for him. It's a cool black and white campy movie from back in the day. The Stuff, Larry Cohen, I love The Stuff. This is a great movie. I've always been a big fan of this film. I used to watch it on cable as a kid. Torso, this is another like giallo film from back then. This is one of those like video nasty movies. It was on the list of the video nasties. I like this movie about a bunch of girls that get killed off in this house on a hill, and I don't know. It's a cool like murder mystery kind of. I don't know. It's a giallo film. Weird Science 4K. This Weird Science 4K actually improves pretty dramatically on the Universal release of it that was out. All right, so this is another Arrow video. This is Arrow Academy. Cinema Paradiso was one of my favorite movies. This has both versions. It has the longer director's cut and the regular version. There was a 4K that came out of this, but the 4K doesn't get very good reviews. So I'm kind of just kept the Blu-ray. I don't know if I'll ever pick up the 4K, but it doesn't get very good reviews. So, all right, let's do the Vestron video stuff right now. Added bonus here. I'll go through these kind of quickly, but I started collecting the Vestron video releases when they first came out. I remember the original Vestron video growing up. That's what kind of impressed me about this. Blood Diner. This is a cool special edition. This is like a weird like this is inspired by Herschel Gordon Lewis. This was like they tried to make a modern Herschel Gordon Lewis film, like a campy version. You've got Candyman, Day of the Dead. That's pretty cool. That's the third one. That actually wasn't that bad. I kind of liked it. Chopping Mall. I love Chopping Mall. This is one of the first Vestron video releases too. These are not in the catalog order. I don't have every Vestron video release, but I have quite a few. Class of 1999. I love Class of 1984. This is the sequel to that, which is actually a pretty good movie. And Pam Grier is in this movie. It kind of has like a Terminator vibe going on. The Dentist collection. All the Dentist films. There's two of them, isn't there? Yeah, there's two. These movies are crazy. With Corbin Benson as the dentist. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to hang on to this one forever, but like it's a crazy little movie. I used to love this movie as a kid growing up. Earth Girls Are Easy. This cover that we probably oh no, this doesn't have the original artwork on it. This is just a fun movie with Jeff Goldblum and what's her name? Julie Brown from MTV back in the day. The Gate. Children horror film. Well, it's sort of like a kid's horror film in a way, but it's a lot of fun. It's got who's in it? Of course it doesn't say on the back, right? Yeah, well, it has a popular kid actor in it. Here we go. Stephen Dorff as like really young Stephen Dorff. Maximum Overdrive, Stephen King. I still always loved this movie as a kid. AC/DC soundtrack, you kind of can't beat it. This is a kind of a new release for me, which I didn't see growing up, but this is kind of fun. My Best Friend is a Vampire. I picked up this one. It's like just an 80s like vampire comedy horror type thing. Parents, love Parents. This is a weird, crazy, subversive little film directed by Bob Balaban, okay, who's kind of popular. He made a couple movies, actually. His movies are actually kind of cool. Just weird and subversive. Return of the Living Dead 3, which is an awesome movie, I think. I liked it, actually. I like 1, 2, and 3. I didn't really go past those. That's as far as I went, but... Shivers, David Cronenberg. Cool movie. This is actually... his second movie, I think. I think Rabid was his first one. I think I kind of like Shivers better than Rabid. Silent Night, Deadly Night collection. This is a cool collection that they put out. This has Silent Deadly Night 3, 4, and 5. And surprisingly, these movies, they're really good transfers, and they're actually quite good. Like, the Toy Maker was really good, and I liked the first one, Better Watch Out. That one's good, which is funny because I made a movie called You Better Watch Out, but we won't go there. Slaughter High, classic. This is one of the very first Vestron video releases that they put out. This is just a really classic 80s slasher film. Julian Sands, The Warlock Collection. I like these movies. The first one is the best. The first one's a really good movie. The second and third one, they vary in quality. Here's a movie I used to watch a lot on cable growing up. Waxwork with Zach Gilligan is his name? Galligan from Gremlins is in this movie. And it's just a fun movie, kind of a fantasy in a way. All about this waxwork that opens up, and it's a weird, like, kind of almost like anthology style film. And then here's our last one that's on this shelf right here, and I love this movie, The Wraith, and I'm so glad that they put this movie out with Charlie Sheen and Sherilyn Fenn. This is a classic, just 80. If you grew up watching movies on cable, HBO, Cinemax in the 80s, you know this movie, and you saw it during the metal era. But so, if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know about your collections, your favorite movies, your kind of stuff. I still have a few more that I'm probably going to go through. I'll probably do my Criterion, maybe my, I have a shelf that kind of has like Synapse, Blue Underground, and that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll do that shelf. Basically this bookcase, because I mean I have a lot of other movies, but I'm not going to go into heavily into all the other stuff. But anyway, yeah, apparently there are some of you out there that like these kind of videos, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it's cool to check out my collection, what's in my bookcases and all over my walls and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm Jay Byrne. This has been the SFX Loop, and I will see you next time. Take care.